All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode of The Trading Room, the first one for this week, brought to you by TD Markets and TD Markets Academy. I go by the name of Tsepo. Happy and excited to be back. All right, welcome back, guys. Before we get started, please read the disclaimer on the screen. The information shared in this session is not advice, right? It's simply our point of view, and it is not advice. Very, very, very important. Let's go. All right, once again, good afternoon, everyone. Excited to be back. The first trading room for this week. All right, I hope everyone is having a wonderful day wherever you are. And yeah, Ashley held it down for you guys last week. It was an epic one, a very epic one. All right, so this week I will be with you guys. I'm excited. There's a lot of stuff to talk about on what's happening in the market. All right, but before we get to it, I hope you guys are well. Jules, I can see you. Casa can see you. Antoinette, as always. Top Traders MB, I can see you. Barticle, I can see you. Hope I'm pronouncing your name proper. Barticle. All right, welcome back to also the new traders, new viewers watching us for the first time today. All right, we are currently on plus 5,000 subscribers. Please share, please like, share, comment, and please let everyone know that on Tuesdays and Thursdays we have the trading room. All right, let's get the subscription up, or those subscribers up. We are targeting 10,000 before the end of this year. All right, so help us push and reach more audience. But I hope you guys are feeling good wherever you are, right? I'm excited for this session. There's a lot to talk about. But before we get started, right, remember we've got our TDME Crypto Decrypted Trading Room every Friday at 2 p.m. All right, we have the weekly ones, which is this one, and the Thursday one. But now we've added a crypto session for each and every one of you guys, right? Brought to you by TDME. Now, this one is every Fridays at 2 p.m. So do join us this coming Friday. The previous Friday, Ash was holding it down. Again, it was a proper epic one. You guys are going to see me soon on this one. In fact, the first one, I did the first one, right? So you guys must have seen it. If you missed it, it's somewhere on our YouTube channel, all right? So we are looking forward for this week's Crypto Decrypted trading session. Is all about crypto, right? All about crypto. So make sure you are sorted. You've got you've signed up to the TDME. I'll just provide you guys details on that. All right. And yeah, so just to get the formalities out of the way, if you guys want to open up an account with us, our website is tdmarkets.com. Under account types, we've got different accounts for you guys. All right, I'm not sure what happened there. Let's just go back. All right, so clearly there's something wrong. Okay, so our website is tdmarkets.com. You will just check our account types under, account types, all right? And also, we do have education that we provide to all our clients. All you need is just an account. Make sure you've got funds in the account, and then you will get access to our education, all right? So whatever we're going to be discussing in this session, the charts, the fundamentals, we're not going to get too deep into it because that is prepared for our clients in the TD Markets Academy sessions, right? So we're going to keep it a bit light, but we're going to also have a look at the charts and see what to anticipate for the remainder of this week. It's only Tuesday, start of the brand new week. We still have a few more days to go. All right, so TD Markets Academy, you'll find myself and Ash on the sessions in the morning or in the afternoon. And yeah, you just need an account and you get sorted. All right. And also, if you guys want to sign up to the TDME, which this one is basically for Friday, but if you guys want to sign up for the TDME, the website is literally tdmarkets.io, right? That is tdmarkets.io. Just sign up and then you will be sorted. Then you're going to talk on Friday, all right? And also, in addition to that, we've included the crypto education sessions, all right? We've had success with our FX education sessions. We've had a lot of success. So now we've added the crypto education sessions, right? Obviously separate times. So more information will be shared on our websites, all right? And also social media. So guys, I think let's get it started. Wow, where do we start, right? Where do we start? A lot of things to talk about. Maybe you guys will let me know, where do we start? We follow the same script, all right? Just a few fundamentals. We're going to start with just a few fundamentals, but in terms of the technicals, we follow the same script. The direction we're going to talk about is the direction we covered a month ago, 2 months ago. The market is still moving in that direction. There might be just a few changes there and there, which we are going to talk about, but the majority of the pairs we spoke about, we follow the same script, all right? Obviously, you guys are aware of what's happening in terms of the US government shutdown. It has ended. So there's still other, economic data releases that have been delayed, but are yet to be released. But at the moment, in line with the US government shutdown, we are keeping an eye on the next FOMC meeting, all right? Tomorrow, it's the FOMC meeting minutes that you're gonna get, right? So you guys just maybe keep an eye on that. But in December, we are keeping an eye on that FOMC meeting where they're gonna be announcing interest rates, all right? The Fed rate. Now, 2 weeks ago, right, there was a high chance that the Fed is gonna cut interest rates. There was about 90% chance that the Fed will cut the interest rates. But now the odds have lowered down to 45%. So clearly there's something going on, right? If you take a look at your crypto market, it's still going down. We're going to talk about that more this coming Friday, all right? So yeah, so there's a lot of stuff to talk about. So you guys will let me know, where do we start? We've got the charts. We've been following the same direction. Where do you start, right? You will type your pairs or whatever you want me to have a look at on the chat, and we'll start with that. All right, so let's go. Where should we start, right? Where should we start? All right, so let's have a look at NASDAQ. We're going to start with NASDAQ. Let's have a look at NASDAQ, all right? So obviously, I think Sage Boy Savage, all right? Obviously, I don't know which time frames you look at, right? Because we may look at different time frames and look at different things, but I'm not sure which time frames you look at. But in terms of the structure, because we focus more on the structure, you will notice that we've got two structures on different time frames, right? We've got this structure that's going down. This is basically more stronger on the lower time frames. And then you've got the bigger structure, which is going up on the higher time frames, all right? So let me see. So the 30 and 15 minutes. Okay. So let's go down to that, right? So if you take a look at the structure here, I've got my markings, right? And at the moment, we have this support on NASDAQ that is created, this support on NASDAQ. Now, if you understand support and resistance, you'll know that sometimes the support holds and sometimes it breaks. So in this situation here, right, we will then wait to see what's going to happen, because there are two possibilities on what could happen here, right? It's a support, it can hold, it can break, right? Obviously, with more confirmations and confluences, you will get maybe an edge on what's going to happen. But as it is right now, we've got these two possibilities. So you just need to wait, provided that you get your confirmations there to see what's going to happen. If it breaks, if this support breaks towards the downside, then we're likely going to see NASDAQ, let me do this, we're likely going to see NASDAQ pushing back down to this structure here, right? Should the support break, we're likely going to see NASDAQ coming back to the structure. This is the previous higher low the price formed, right? We can see we also have a bit of support there. But if it rejects this zone, right? If it rejects this zone, then we are getting this possibility, which it could go back to the structure, right? It could go back to the structure. So with this one, in terms of what's happening right now, unfortunately or fortunately, we've got these two possibilities, and this is purely because of the support. So let's see what is going to happen. Is the support, or will the support hold price, or is price going to break the support? Let's see. So that's how it is, right? On the M15, on the M30, that is how it's looking at the moment, right? So because I'm looking at your much higher time frames, like your daily, I get my bias and my direction from the daily and so forth and so on. If this support holds, right? If this support holds, then we potentially can go all the way up if the support holds, right? Even if price comes back down to this zone here, right? There's a high possibility that this is going to continue pushing towards the upside, right? Why? Because of the larger structure. So look at your larger structure. Look at your bigger structure. It is this one, right? This is the bigger structure right here. So now, if we get that support holding price, we're most likely going to continue towards this direction. But on the lower time frame, we can still get price continue this structure. We can still get price continue the structure. You see that? Yeah, so it's just a matter. Let's see what's going to happen there. Are we going to break out of this, give us a push towards the upside, or are we going to break and then get that move towards the downside, right? So yeah, so as long as you understand your setups, then this is how Nasdaq is looking. If you look at US30, right? If you look at US30, it's also pushing down, but in terms of the structure, let me just do this, right? This is how the structure is looking, all right? So we've created that high and then we're pushing down. You see this move towards the downside. It is not necessarily changing this direction, right? It is just correcting, right? It is just correcting this move. So that is what's happening right now. We've got a correction of this move. Now, depending on which time frames you look at, right? Because if you're on the lower time frames, like the 1 hour, the 30-minute, then this would be the trend you would take advantage of, right? But for people who are on the higher time frames, like your daily or weekly, they are simply looking at this structure, right, to get a possible continuation. Only if this structure breaks towards the downside, that is when we're going to change direction. So now I'm keeping an eye on US30. I want to see once price breaks this low, right? You see where it is right now. I want to see what's going to happen once price breaks this low, right? Because I'm anticipating that we are going to get a low and a slight push towards the upside. So the next possible movements, according to this, that I'm expecting, right, that I'm anticipating, is for price to break this low, give us a new low, and then continue pushing towards the upside. Whether this move is going to be through a correction or through an impulse, at the moment, it's not important, right? At this point, it's not important, but we're anticipating one more low to come in and then a push towards the upside. Only when this move happens, then we'll come back and see whether it's going to be a corrective pattern for one more push down, or it's going to be an impulse for a continuation. So at the moment, it's not important whether it's going to be a corrective move or an impulse, but we're anticipating a low to form and then for the market to make a little bit of a push towards the upside. All right. So that is US30. Now, going back to Nasdaq, right? If you take a look at Nasdaq, it has come back to this low. It has come back to this low because of what? Because of this lower high. Here, you see this lower high. Previously, I thought the market was going to go up previously. Because of this low, I thought the market was going to go up. But now it changed. So because of this lower high, we went back to this low. All right. So this cycle here is done. This internal cycle is complete. So from here, there are two possibilities here. Either we're going to break below this and make a push towards the upside. And this is purely because of the bigger structure, right? This move to the upside purely because of the bigger structure. Or the market is going to reject this and make its push towards the upside, right? These are the two possibilities. At this point, we are on the support. So you're going to just be a little bit patient, right? US30 is breaking this low. So we're anticipating a push towards the upside after that. Then we'll come back and see whether it's a correction for one last drop or not, right? So we'll only know once we've got that information. But there isn't clear price setups at the moment on both US 30 and NASDAQ, right? For me personally, we don't really have proper price action. So yeah, so NASDAQ, let's see what's going to happen. All right. And then gold, let's go to gold. So this is how gold is looking. All right. Previously on gold, if you guys remember, right, we spoke about this move. We spoke about price making its push, making its way towards the upside because of this. All right. And then it continued further towards the upside. So then after that, what happened is we created this structure here, right? And then now the market has come down. So now the market is testing this zone. It's testing this zone here, right? So the outlook right here is to see if we're going to get a higher low, right? Just about anywhere around this zone. The idea is to see if we're going to get a higher low. Should we get a higher low here, then we will be prepared for this push towards the upside, right? For this push towards the upside. That is the idea around this, because price, you know, it has formed these higher lows before. So you had the low, you had the higher low. So if the market creates a new higher low, then we are going to be prepared for this move. We're going to be prepared for this move, right? So it is trading at the very critical level here, critical level, right? If it happens that things change, we're going to discuss those changes. But according to the current price action, there's a higher possibility that we're going to make one more push towards the upside here, provided that we are getting a higher low. So we are closely keeping an eye. We are keeping a close eye on this zone here, right? Whatever happens, if you take a look at the 1 hour time frame, right? The 1 hour time frame is now moving down like this, right? It seems like it is losing momentum towards the downside. It was coming down aggressively, but now it's losing momentum because of the many pullbacks we have here. All right. So now we're anticipating a break above this. So it can still continue doing this, and then at some point break towards the upside. All right. So going back, we are keeping a close eye. Because the daily closure is going to be very important as well, the daily time frame. So we're keeping a close eye to see if we're going to get a higher low, then combining this with the lower time frames to see if we get the change of structure on the lower time frames. And if that's the case, then we're going to have enough confirmation for us to look for that push towards the upside. So at the moment, we are still moving a little bit lower, but according to the bigger structure, right, which has been bullish, we are looking for that, right? So let's see what gold is gonna do. Let's see what gold is gonna do. Let's see what gold is gonna do. All right, and then we've got, let's see, GBP Swiss. Let's see what GBP Swiss is doing. Let's see what pound Swiss is doing. Yeah, I mean, pound Swiss is still bearish. It's extremely bearish. I'm not sure if I covered this the last time, but we can see the trend is still very bearish, right? We don't have, at this point, we don't have a change of this trend, right? What we can say at the moment is because of the following. Let me show you, right? If you look at the daily time frame bias, this is what we see. So price broke structure, and now it is trading within this market structure, right? So we broke the previous structure, we formed the lower low. So this structure is still bearish. It hasn't changed. Also, I don't know which time frames you look at the same time, right? But I'm getting the bias from the daily structure. So now the market is at the moment trading within a correction, and then we've got some unfinished business here. If you take a look at this structure, you see how price formed this neckline here. This neckline. Right, price formed this neckline here, right? So it seems like it's going back to tap this neckline one more time. This is your break and retest, of course, right? It's going back to tap this neckline one more time, right? So yeah, the price action also on the lower time frames is beautiful. So if you take a look at this, we've got this structure here. So we're anticipating price. We're anticipating price to come back and tap the structure, right? So on the lower time frames, you see how price is starting to form higher lows. Here, look at that. So the market is forming this higher low there, right? Which is good. This is good, right? For one more push towards the upside. So from this higher low, let me do this. There we go. So from this higher low, one more push back to the zone, and then we'll come back and talk about this once it has reached that zone. So all of this is just a part of the correction. The market is correcting here, but within the correction, right? Within the correction, there's a higher probability that the market will go back and tap that zone one more time. So for as long as we have within the correction these higher lows, we're likely going to see price pushing up. So if you take a look at the moment, right? At the moment, price is trying to form another higher low there, right? We're trying to get another higher low. Should we get that higher low, then we likely going to continue pushing up to that structure there, right? Yeah, so pound Swiss, from the daily structure, it is still bearish, but internally within this correction, we can see this correction pushing up to that structure. We can see the correction pushing up to that structure there. Right. Yeah. So that is pound Swiss. That is pound Swiss. That is pound Swiss. Pound Swiss. Pound Swiss. Cool. There we go. The next one is going to be GBP USD. Right. Now, GBP USD, it has already completed the setup we spoke about previously, which was this move here. Right. It has already completed this move. So we're looking at price trying to form something like this. Okay. So now where it is right now, our focus now is on this correction, right? Also, depending on which time frames you look at, right? We have the following now. The focus is looking at this internal structure to see if it's going to go down one more time, right? Let me zoom out and show you this. If you take a look at this view, you can see that this is still creating a bearish structure here, right? We're still forming the bearish structure. So now what I'm saying is we want to see if price can come back down one more time here. Can come back down one more time. So all that's needed now is a lower high so we can get the C wave. So we need a lower high here to form so that we can get this push that's going to go back down to the lower low. All right. So this would basically be the bias. Now, if we analyze this portion, it's a bit ugly, right? Let me use the 1 hour. There we go. So if you analyze this portion, look at how it's a little bit ugly, right? This price action is not as smooth as we would like it to be. It's a little bit ugly. So at the moment, it's a little bit ugly at the moment. It's a little bit ugly at the moment. So now have a look at this. If this is our lower high here, then we should get a break of this, right? We should get a break of this towards the downside so that we can start looking for this possibility if that's a lower high. But if that's not a lower high as yet, then we're likely going to see price going back one more time towards the upside to give us a lower high and then go down like this. You see these two possibilities. So if this previous one is a lower high, we should be getting the break and going down. If not, we're going to get one more push towards the upside, just one more push towards the upside to get the move. So between these movements, I would lean on this move, right? I would focus on getting this move because it is going to be a bigger move towards the downside, right? Nothing stops me from looking at this move, but it's all about gauging the potential of these movements. It's all about gauging the potential of these movements, right? Like I said previously, and some of you guys really, really like what I said, is that you see now with technical analysis, all right, fundamentals might point in one direction, but with technical analysis, we've got we do have the ability, but we are spoiled for choice, right? We can trade any move we want to trade. So if the trend is going down like this, you can choose to trade the trend towards the downside, or you can choose to trade the counter trend, right? So we spoiled for choice. And now it's all about gauging the potential of these movements and asking yourself, as a trader, asking yourself, is it worth risking? You see that? Yes, you can see that the market could go up one more time, but the trend is going down. So if you want to trade the buy, if you want to get the buy, trading one last push towards the upside, you must ask yourself as a trader, is it worth risking? Is it worth risking, right? If the answer is yes, then sure, you can go for it. But if you are a little bit skeptical with that move, wanting to trade the trend, but you're looking, so something like this, right? So this is the trend down here. So what I'm saying is, if you can see that this move is going to form, what I'm saying to you is, you must ask yourself, is this move is worth risking? If not, then wait for the continuation. You see that? So I'm saying this to say the following, that there's a possibility price can go one more time towards the upside just to complete the correction and then do this, right? We can still trade this move nonetheless. We can still trade this move nonetheless while we're waiting for this move. But the question is this move worth risking? That is what I'm talking about. This is what you need to ask yourself as a trader. You see that? So usually I would try and target these movements. Read this one, right? I would let this one go because I wanted to complete the correction and then catch the continuation of that structure, right? At that point in time. So yeah, so GBP USD, that's how it is, right? That's how it is. It can go up one more time, but you need to be aware of this structure here. This structure that can give us a continuation down. All right. So yeah, so I think that is how GBP USD is moving. All right. Up next, we've got Euro USD. If you take a look at Euro USD, right, this is how Euro USD is looking. Now we are trading within the structure on Euro USD. I think we spoke about this the last time. This is the structure we are trading within, right? At least the daily time frame structure. Okay. And now this structure has not confirmed to us if it's changing as yet. We don't have this as yet. But what we have for now is this downtrend. All right. So now we are looking for a lower high to form here, right? This might be the lower high that we're talking about. We're looking for the lower high to form. Okay. So now let's see what's happening here. Yeah. I don't wanna complicate it any further. We're looking for the lower high to form so that we can get the push either back down to this structure or back down to the structure. Should we get a lower high? Maybe this is the lower high, right? We just need to wait for our setups. If that is the lower high, then we can potentially see this coming back down towards the structure. If it breaks below the structure, we can see it coming back down to the structure. Right, according to this. I've already done my markings. All right. So yeah, so that's all about following the structure. Following the structure. So that is Euro USD, how it's looking. All right. That is Euro. We're anticipating one more push down. And then we've got silver. Let's see what silver is doing. Right. So let's do this. All right. So let's sit down and study silver, right? Silver, it has gone up to complete the cycle, right? It has gone up to complete the cycle. We can see what happened there. So this is the move you would have known is going to happen. So we've gone up to complete the cycle. So now what's happening now, the market is rejecting that high and then it's aggressively going down. So the next important structure is this one. Oh, that's where the market is even. The next important structure is this one. This is where the market is right now, right? So we've completed this move towards the upside. now the market is coming back to this structure, right? So now, two possibilities here. We've got this structure, and then we also have this structure down here, right? So now, according to this price action, right, and according to the structure, there's a possibility now, just like I believe it was Nasdaq, right? So if price bounces from this structure, right? If price bounces from this structure, then it's going to give us this possibility, right? Because it's a resistance bounce, anticipating it to become support. Then it's going to give us that move towards the upside, right? But now, yet again, the market can still break the support, right? So what if now the market breaks this support? Then obviously this move is going to be a trading opportunity as well there, right? So usually when price is stuck in these levels, guys, in these levels, a lot of people get it wrong by trying to forecast prematurely on how price will react on a support or resistance, right? So let's say price is moving like this, and then it creates a structure down here. Boom, right? Now, according to the behavior of price, there's a possibility that we're going to see price coming back down to the structure, right? Great stuff. But now, this structure can still break. So if once price is creating something like this, then this is how we're going to approach it, right? We're gonna get two possibilities. Either we're going to go up or we're going to break and go down one more time, right? So then we need to wait for price to tell us what it's going to do and then look for our setups. As long as you understand your setups, you shouldn't have a problem with this. Okay? So with this one is the same thing. So let's see, maybe on Thursday, not Thursday, but maybe next week, we'll come back to this and next week and see, what is happening here. But as long as you understand your setups, right? As long as you understand your setups, then you should not have a problem. You shouldn't have a problem. All right, guys. So yeah, so that is what's this? That is silver, right? That is how it's looking. All right. So just before we continue, guys, remember, right? Remember, we have added our crypto trading room. All right, we've added our crypto trading room, and this is based off our TDME, right? Meaning TD Markets Exchange. So last week, Friday, you guys might have seen we had a crypto session, TD Markets Exchange, where Ash went over the fundamentals of the crypto, showed you guys some movements of the crypto. So this one is every Fridays at 2 p.m. Every Fridays, Crypto Decrypted, our TD Markets Exchange. All right, so this is where we focus purely on the crypto. So make sure not to miss out this coming Friday at 2 p.m. All right. So silver, Euro USD, we are done. All right. Afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon. Can you please look at, USD JPY is extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. Extremely bullish. Remember, we have been speaking about this move towards the upside. All right. It's extremely bullish. The near-term target or the short-term target is this one here. You see this structure. So USD JPY at this point is attracted, right? Not is attracted, but seems like this structure is a magnet, right? So that is where it's going, or there's a higher probability that it's going there because we have a bullish structure at the moment, right? We've got this bullish structure at the moment, and so this one we're anticipating it to push back to that structure, right? At least as a close by target, all right? So so you already have a buy on 156. Wait, 156. Oh, you want to hold to 156. Okay, no, apologies. Yeah, no, look, this can easily go. There's nothing wrong with that, right? It's still extremely bullish. There was a trading opportunity, in fact, here. There was a trading opportunity here. There was a breakout trading opportunity here. All right. So yeah, so this one, as long as, look, you just follow the trend, all right? So if this is the trend at the moment, you simply follow the trend. And your anticipation would be you are waiting for higher lows to form. So for as long as it forms higher lows, you are good to go. Just follow it, go with it, go with it. So I'm anticipating this to continue going a little bit higher, according to what we see, of course. All right, yeah, so that is USD JPY. AUD JPY, the same thing. We follow the same script, right? So AUD JPY, we said it's going back to this structure. It's pushing back to the structure. All right. So we still follow the same script. So AUD JPY, USD JPY, they are currently bullish. Let me move. Yeah, they're currently bullish. And just a few more pips to go until we reach this structure there. All right. So yeah, so just a few more pips to go until it reaches the structure. Right. So USD JPY, it's still bullish. It's still bullish. So we're looking for a higher low here. We're looking for a higher low to form and then a continuation, just like this higher low, just like this higher low. So we're looking for this higher low to form and a continuation up. Right. So that is USD JPY. Sticking to the same script, sticking to the same script. Right. Sticking to the same script. Let's see the next one. Good afternoon. Can you please check USD ZAR? We completed very setup. Let's see USD ZAR. Let's see. All right. Have you completed the berry setup? It will depend on your setups. All right. It will depend on your setup. So this one went to that level we spoke about, to the low we spoke about, right? So we also have this low here. We also have this low, right? So as it is right now, has it completed the setup, right? According to this formation, well, according to this formation here, where we have the two lows and the two highs, this formation is done. So this move towards the downside, according to this formation, it's done, right? Now, if it's done, does it mean that we are now going to change direction? Not necessarily, right? It can still continue pushing down. And the move towards the downside will be according to a different formation. You see how it is? So as it is right now, it is still extremely bearish as it is right now. According to this formation is done. This move towards the downside completes this formation, right? So according to the trend, has the trend changed? Not as yet, right? The trend is still creating lower highs. Look at that. That's a lower high. This is a lower high. I mean, lower low and lower high, right? So at the moment, this structure has not changed. So I wouldn't look for this possibility as yet because the structure is not changed, right? Only if the structure changes, because we can still get price going down one more time, right? Because we also have this level down here. We also have this level down here, right? So I wouldn't look for a push, a reversal as yet, unless it forms, right? Unless I get my confirmations, I wouldn't look for this as yet. Yeah, I wouldn't look for that as yet, right? Only if we break out of this descending structure. That's when I can say, okay, now we're going up. So at the moment, the structure is bearish. It can easily still do this and come back down here. It can easily do that, right? This is, of course, looking at the daily structure, right? Obviously, on the 1 hour, your 15 minutes, you can see there's an upward structure on the 15 minutes, right? There's an upward structure on the 15 minutes. This upward structure, as long as you understand your take profits, that's the thing, right? But this upward structure, if you go to the daily, you'll notice that it is actually a correction of this move. All right. So yeah, so that's basically how it is right now, right? until we change structure, I'm still bearish. Until we change structure, I'm still bearish. So let's see what's going to happen if we're going to get a change. All right. So I hope that is clear. Hope that is clear. Do you have any trading setups to enter before you leave? No, we don't provide signals, my man. If you're looking for a signal, Savage Boy, we don't provide signals. Very important. All right. Let me go back to the disclaimer. There we go. Please read this quickly before we proceed. All right. Yeah, that's very important. That's very important. That's very important. So all of these, right? I think you are new to the sessions, right? Which we welcome you. Thank you for joining us. But you see, the direction we are speaking of right now is the direction we spoke of a couple of months ago, right? A couple of weeks ago. So the market has been moving in that direction. So just be patient, follow, you'll get some setups, right? You'll get some setups. The next one is, let me see, Bitcoin. Okay, so I guess let's go to the crypto. All right, so I've broken down what's happening with the crypto, right? I've broken down on the previous sessions what's happening with the crypto, and I think most of you guys here understand the reason behind this move. All right. So now, what are we looking at now in the near term? It seems like Bitcoin is coming back down to test the structure. So it's been breaking, or it's almost there. It's been breaking these structures towards the downside. All right. So now it is slowly making, or rather, we're anticipating Bitcoin to come back to the structure here. Right. We are not bearish on Bitcoin, or at least I'm not bearish on Bitcoin. I'm bullish. So I'm waiting to see where we're going to form the higher low. So at the moment, this is just manipulation, right? This move is manipulation. We are going to get that higher low at some point, right? Like I said this morning, guys, on the opening bell, you see what's happening with Bitcoin, right? In fact, let me do this. Now, let me just cut the music just a little bit, right? Because there is a lot of fear in the market, in the crypto market. There's a lot of fear. So right now, what's happening with Bitcoin is nothing new. What's happening right now with Bitcoin is nothing new. It is part of the Bitcoin cycle. This has happened before. And every time it happens, it seems like people, there's a lot of noise out there and people are scared, or whatever the case is. This is nothing new. It's a part of the cycle. We are going to get that higher low, and price will create new lows. And I'll prove to you, right? I'll prove to you. If you were there around when Bitcoin became popular, in early 2017, late 2016, early 2017, right? Around this high. When Bitcoin went down at that point in time, right? It is the same thing as what's happening right now. You see this? It's the same thing as what's happening right now. I remember this. This was late 2017. The same thing as what's happening right now. And then what happened? Obviously, it took a bit of time, but then it found the higher low. And then the rest is history. All right? Let me show you again. So what's happening with Bitcoin right now? Don't panic. Again, here. It happened again, guys. Right? It's all part of the cycle. And then I'm sure you guys remember this one. Right? When it seemed like everything is changing direction. Right? This was during the war, the invasion, Russian-Ukraine invasion. This was during that, right? But even if you had those fundamentals that shifted Bitcoin towards the downside, it still found a higher low and then made its push towards the upside. So you see all of these cycles. So what's happening right now with Bitcoin is nothing new. It's nothing new. We are going to find that higher low, and then price will go and break that high. When is this going to be? I don't know. We just need to follow price and just be updated with these movements. right, with this move. So I just felt the need just to emphasize on this, guys, because there's a lot of fear, there's a lot of uncertainty. Obviously, you are gonna hear news out there, right, saying that people are moving money, and that's how crypto is. Crypto, it's all about the rotation of funds. That's why we have wallets. That's why we have the public ledger and all of those things, right? It's a little bit different to your FX. So you see me, right? I'm waiting for this move. Right? So these movements towards the downside, it is just to update the analysis. So the next level we see price going back to is this low. Now, once price reaches this low, let's see what's going to happen. But bearing in mind, we are constantly looking for this push. All right. So very important. So that is how Bitcoin is looking at the moment, right? So the next low is going to reach is this one. Let's come back and see if we are going to get a higher low, right? Just like what happened here. When price got here, we were looking for a higher low. When price got here, looking for a higher low. So I guess the market is not ready as yet. So from here, we are looking for a higher low here. And if or when we get our higher low, we're anticipating price to go back to that high, which is going to be something like this, a move like this, right? So yeah, so very important. So in terms of Bitcoin, we're anticipating it to come back down to this low now. All right. The next one is CAD Swiss, right? Yo, that's a whack pair. Sorry for the language, but CAD Swiss is the worst. Right? But anyway, let's do analysis. I mean, look at this. From the daily structure, it is still bearish, right? Daily structure is still bearish. Now, if I were to apply the magic, I would say short term, CAD Swiss is going back to test this zone short term. Now you see what happened here. Let me do this. So what I would say is short term, we are going up to test this zone short term, right? The structure is still bearish, but short term we are going up to test the zone. Here. There we go. Because that zone the market has not tested that zone as yet, right? So yeah, so on the lower time frames, let's see what we have here. Yeah, no, look, for as long as price creates the higher lows. So you see right now, let me go to the 1 hour. Right, so right now we are dealing with the structure now, right? And this structure is what? Bullish. So now, every time we've got a correction, just like what happened here, every time we have a correction, we are looking for the higher low to go up, right? Up until we get there. So what I can say is CAD Swiss is on its way back to that zone. And what is this zone? It's this one. It's this one right here. There we go. So yeah, so then we'll talk more about this once or when it reaches this zone. We'll talk more about this one. All right, yeah, so one more push back there. And maybe from there, maybe it can continue, resume pushing towards the downside. But we'll see after that. All right, that is CAD Swiss. There we go. Yeah. Great stuff. Proper one. And then we've got GBP JPY, which is going to complete the cycle now. So GBP JPY, it did not break towards the downside. Now it's pushing up. I think the last time I spoke about this, we mentioned a move towards the upside. So have a look at this. Where is GBP JPY going? It's going back to this high. It's going back to this high, right? Simply because this was a higher high and then it gave us a higher low here. So according to structure, it's going back to that high. It's going back to, and this is all because of structure, right? It's all because of structure. So yeah, so that's where it's going. And then you will also notice that the trend here is bullish, right? We are getting these higher lows, right? Higher low. So at the moment, we are looking for a higher low. right? Maybe price do this and then this again. There. You see that? As long as your bias is there, right? So since this is pushing back up to this high, now on the lower time frames, we're looking for the trend to move. Right, we're looking for this trend to move. Let me do this. There we go. There we go. Right, so there's a correction now here forming, right? This correction, once it's done forming, we're expecting one more push up. That is GBP JPY. All right, there we go, there we go, there we go. And then we've got NZD Swiss. NZD Swiss. Let's have a look at NZD Swiss. The last time it was bearish, but trading within a correction. I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean, it's still bearish. Still bearish. Again, I don't know what time frames you trade, but how I would look at this is I would get my direction from the structure, right? So as it, as it is right now, I would look for a correction and then trade the continuation. So I would wait for the correction to form and then trade the continuation, because this structure is not complete. You see how it is. So with this one, there's nothing much to do on this one, guys, except using the Fibonacci, right? Because I would anticipate the trend is going to resume. Using the Fibonacci and waiting for price to retrace back to the zone and to start looking for trades towards the downside from this zone. Something like this. You see how it is? So something like this. This is what I would anticipate. Yeah, so there's really nothing much to do on NZD Swiss. Yeah, there's really nothing. So at the moment, it's within a correction, or it's trading within a correction in this market. In this market. All right. And then if you take a look at Euro, yeah, you see now Euro Pound, there's a good setup on Euro Pound. I was looking at it today. So Euro Pound is a good setup. So in line with this trend, right, expecting Euro Pound to continue going up. So this one, yeah, this one is a good setup. Just that, following the structure. We are waiting for the C wave, right? We've got the cycle. We're waiting for the C wave, a continuation. So it seems like since it has retraced to at least 60%, there we go. Since it has retraced to 60%, we anticipate a higher low to form here, right? Because of this FIP 61.8, that FIP level, we're anticipating a continuation from this zone. So this one at least, yeah, it's a proper one. It's a proper one. Proper one. So yeah, so one more push to the upside on Euro Pound, right? One more push to the upside on Euro Pound. And then yeah, NZD Swiss, right? I mean, it's bearish, waiting for the correction, then looking for the continuation towards the downside. All right. So yeah, so that's how it is looking. So what you will guys notice here is that you see the direction we spoke about. We've been talking about this direction for a couple of weeks. So the market is moving in that direction, right? So these are good opportunities. And for the next coming weeks, the market will move in that direction. I mean, you look at AUD JPY as an example. AUD JPY, quite recently, in fact, right? I remember when price was creating this correction, we said, hey, we're going to get a move up. And I think this one too, we said, hey, we're going to get a move up. So you see what we did the last time. We are doing the very same thing here again for this continuation up, right? We just follow the structure. If you look at CAD JPY, the same thing. CAD JPY, the last update was here. We're going to go up. Here too, we're going to go up. And then unfortunately, we didn't do anything when price was doing this. But I can tell you that if we get another correction, we will be going up again. For as long as this structure doesn't change, right? Because what's important is the structure. For as long as it doesn't change, we go with the structure. Then you as a trader, all you need to master is your setups. That's it. Your setups, right? Your setups is going to lead you to where your entry is. Very important. So I think, guys, I think for today, let's end it here, right? We stick to the same script. Let's end it here. We're going to come back again later on this week. Now, please take note of the following. The Thursday trading room is not taking place. The Thursday trading room is not taking place, right? Only the Friday crypto one. So next week, Thursday, we'll be back, right? So, yeah. So looking forward to see you guys on the crypto one on Friday. And yeah, on my side, that's it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope you guys learned. I'll catch you guys again the next time. Have a good one. Enjoy and cheers.